Alright, so what's going on, guys? Aaron, Z33. You were right. Yeah, I went and obviously you can see the condition I am. I'm rocking this new gel called 85W140. Yeah, my fucking thing. But anyhow, good news and bad news. So we'll go with, I don't know, whatever. 1 second. Good news. She's out. It really wasn't that much of a pain. Long extensions, swivel sockets, it can be done. So good news, she's out. Looking, at the input shaft and everything here. There's no damage, so that grinding that I was getting was definitely inside there. I guess the bad news is fucking gear oil everywhere. I went and I tried putting a bag and doing all that shit, but this is a massive fucking transmission. So look at all this gear oil on the floor. Oh my god, fucking spit guts out everywhere. So what I had to do on mine, I just had to release that thing. I probably could have got away with it, but what ended up happening, I was running into an issue, was up here, the top of the trans was hitting that hump. So what I ended up doing was using a pry bar and just kind of bending the top and opening her up, and I got to it. So before I go up, you kind of see how that side's tapped in. That was when I was doing the Z32. So I'm gonna use some positive reinforcement there and free that up. The clutch looks good. The input shaft looks good. So basically that CD007 or whatever the fuck it is, just a fucked up transmission, was my issue. So like I said, I could probably get this up today. What I need to do is run the wires for the reverse switch, which is that guy there. That's the reverse switch. I'm gonna go ahead and do my wiring there, fucking clean up all this damn shit before I get back underneath there. But for the most part, it was fairly simple. I was actually quite surprised. I did it all by myself. I was waiting for my brother-in-laws to come, but they're getting ready for the Super Bowl, and I'm over here getting ready for Super Boost. Nah, that doesn't make sense. But anyhow, that's what's up. So alright guys, late. And then again, what's it called? Aaron Z33, you are right. I did, alright, it wasn't 2 days, but it definitely was less than 2 weeks. So hopefully I'll get this shit all squared away and we'll have some fun. Alright, so I'm fed up. This is where I'm at. Fucking transmission right there, it's freaking missing. What ended up happening was when I, took out the transmission, or had the transmission, the engine was leaning like that. Of course, when, you pop off the transmission, all that weight, and that bitch shifted back. Since these are solid mounts, I was trying to lift the front and kick it back. I couldn't. And, I've had the KA with the Z32 gearbox, and I've always, was able to pull the, damn, this thing don't want to focus. But anyways, I was able to pull the transmission while the motor was in and be fine. My one friend, he always said that he dropped the subframe. So with this now, what I'm ended up doing is just lowering the subframe so I could lower the motor. It was that. Basically, that's what's gonna happen. There goes the old transmission, that, and then it was freaking G35s that I got from the what's that thing called? Oh, from the Donor 350. I went and I just sanded them and just did a real quick spray on them, so I could put them on this baby, then put those babies back on this baby, and then whichever. But anyhow, tomorrow I'm gonna do that. now I gotta go get ready. It's Super Bowl. I mean, I'm really just going for the food and stuff. I'm not really too big on football. But yeah, so hopefully tomorrow I can, lower those subframe bolts, get it to where I need the angle, and then slide her in and get all those bolts in. But all right, guys. Yo, what up, my YouTube peeps? Man, this fucking car, bro. Man, I'ma tell you, troubles. Basically, like when I came back, I was trying to work on the car. Going to like Aaron Z33. Yeah, I was trying to get that shit done. So I came back late, like Saturday. Whatever. I flew into Orlando, drove back down, got home about 3 o'clock. Bam. Next morning, I said, all right, bet, I'm going to drop this transmission. Bam. Drop the transmission. I said, all right, cool, whatever, bam. Swapped over mounts and stuff, and then bam. Gonna go put it back up in. Nope. So I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't get it. The tunnel, like this transmission's freaking huge. So being, the bell housing's huge for the tunnel, in here. Also this midsection. So this midsection crosses right where the, the mount for the, on the chassis, where it mounts. So it's like when you get it up in there, you can't turn it side to side. It's got literally like maybe, I want to say half an inch clearance on each side. It's freaking crazy. So anyhow, went and put that in, and then that was on a Sunday. Got fed up, and I said, all right, yeah, well, shit, I just kind of led you what to happen. But, so then on that Monday, I said, you know what? I need the engine to drop a little bit. Lowered the subframe. This motherfucker did not want to drop. So, apparently, what we're guessing, when I had taken out the motor, the transmission dropped out. But what happened was, this motor is on solid mounts. That bit shifted back forward, and I couldn't get the angle that I needed to slip it in. So then I said, all right, well, let me drop the subframe so I can get it to drop down a little bit, and then blum, stick it in. Well, tried that, no luck. Couldn't get shit in at all. It was ridiculous. So I ended up saying, you know what, fuck it. I need to pull the bitch. And so, hold on. Alright, so and then I was like, I need to pull the bitch. So I ended up pulling her out. It was actually really simple without the transmission on. Shit was just, beautiful. But I still had to go through all of that and take away. I mean, at least the, wiring harness, all that shit is straight. It's not hard. So the first piece of action was I wasn't able to pull this bad boy out originally. What this is, since this was an automatic motor, there was no pilot bushing in there because the whole flex plate and stuff, and so I had to pull this guy out. Because I couldn't get this guy at the time, I kind of just did some half-ass shit and put it up. But this time around, I said, you know what, let me get it. So pulled this guy out with a slide hammer and some vice grips, and then once that was out, went ahead and put in a nice pilot bushing. Word to the wise, when you do these pilot bushings, apparently they go, like one way. So if you put it in wrong, you might get fucked over, but maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. So I ended up getting that guy in. But one of the reasons why I could not get this transmission to line up was because this motherfucker. What ended up happening was, sorry my foul language, when the transmission had shifted down, oh lord, this is freaking like $500 worth of shit. But when this engine trying to shift it down, it had hit these front splines. It's kind of somewhere. Yeah, it's like right here. So it had hit there. It knocked the alignment out on the the spline, and for the clutch and flywheel and stuff. So obviously when I were to put the input shaft into the transmission, it wouldn't line up. So And even though this shit was all damaged, this was not going in. I could not get that bitch to go onto those splines because it had damaged it, kind of mushroomed out, flared it. So I had to run to the store, my brother-in-law, and I went and had to remake the splines. So I ended up with, what do you call it? We finished this, getting that all squared. So now it's able to slide onto the splines just fine. So now I'm about to just go ahead and what's that thing called? Put that back on, put on that bad boy, and then tomorrow morning or afternoon, whatever, drop that baby in. Then once I get it dropped in, I'll be good to go. The other thing that I ended up doing, as you kind of see there with the cross member, it was sitting close to the oil pan over there. And so I ended up doing was just cutting, bend up, and then I just put a weld. I got tired of welding because there's a lot of oil there, and so it was catching on fire inside and shit. I was like, you know, fuck it, because I didn't really, you know, do anything. All I did was just cut it and bend it back. So I didn't take no material away or do anything, you know. So I'm fine with that. But now, you know, we should be good to go. You know, the CD009 transmission go in. All that bad boy, all that jazz, and we should be good to things. So, all right, guys, I'll talk. All right, so I ended up going to this little school function tonight with my daughter, and then ended up going to the store and then picking up some files so I can clean up those splines. And then, as you can see here, the motherfucker is back in. I guess a couple of things that I needed to know. I could not get this in, like, kind of like going the same way I was going. It just, you know, it wasn't going in the same way that it did when I originally put it in. And then the issue was that damn spacer down there. Because what happened was I wasn't getting it to clear this sway bar, which is the Z33 sway bar. I mean, if I probably had the S14, the skinnier, it probably would have passed just fine. But this one, I had to kind of disconnect the other motor mount, bracket, and motor mount, and then get this one on, and then tilt the motor this way, you know, clockwise, and then get it done. But you know what? Yeah, I mean, it's said and done. So tomorrow, I'm gonna see about just finalizing this, getting the sway bar, not sway bar, but the transmission cross member on, and getting that to sit where she needs to sit. But, you know, a couple notes from this is, going forward, whenever I have to do anything, just fucking pull out the whole engine and transmission. Simple as that. And then going back and forward, just to remember to take out those mounts. So, at least, you know, she's back in with the CD009 transmission. You know, the fault is all taken care of, and so now I can go and, you know, kind of just like finalize everything. You know, just yeah, just go and start getting her ready, so and then hopefully we can start making some pools. So, all right, guys,